This jig is what they call a gray ghost. Is typically made to look like a shiner, and it's going to be a 1/16 ounce head, number 4 red sickle hook. I use the gray or dun 140 diameter thread. We're going to be using a gray or a medium gray hackle feather, and a lot of times you might find these in your tying store. It's done. We're going to be using the chenille, is what used to be called the shiner, and I don't know if they still naming it that or not, but there's a lot of different mixes of gray black out there that you can possibly use on that. We'll be using a accent feather, which would be a black, and all these are your saved feathers from tying other jigs. Once you cut your tip off, save them parts, because you can cut your Vise and make your other jigs out of. Alright, I'm trying to adjust this light, so hopefully you can see good on what's going on here tonight. Like I say, the great head. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a thread on, we're going to carry it all the way down to the hook point and bring it back halfway. Alright, usually each tire is going to have different things they measure with, and for me it's my finger joints, my vise. I'll use different parts of my vise, for the lengths, and on a 1/16 ounce jig I like it's almost a 2-inch feather, which is on my fingers the 2 joints, and I use 2 hackle feathers per jig when I'm tying. Alright, what we're going to do is double the 2 together, get them lined up, lay it on top of your hook, make sure it stays on top of your hook. You can pull your feather up a little bit and it'll kind of wind itself down. I see that one got twisted, so don't be scared to back up and tie them in again if they get to twisting on you. Ain't nothing to back up and retie. Okay, bring it back up to your head and back off just a little bit. I always put a backwards twist on my thread when it's hanging, and that way when you get it back up there for your next wrap, it's hanging right, and when you make that wrap, it'll loop on it. Now I'll use anywhere from 2 to 4 of these. It's just according to how thick the hackle is that I'm working off of. You also want them to lay on top of your hook. Now see, there's where the gray ghost comes in. It's got that black and gray look to it. Run it back. As far as the crystal flash, I'm going to use silver. I use about 8 strands of it. Tie it in just like you did your hackle. I carry it back to the back of the feather. You can run it longer, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. A lot of times you can run it longer and adjust it to what the fish like any particular day. Then we're gonna take our chenille. Just kind of run it through your hands, and it'll really stiffen it, or get them pieces to stick back up if it's been laying flat. We're going to start this right behind the hook head. Run it back to your hook point, back up to your head. Rotary vise, just wrap your chenille all the way right to the back of the head, or if you have to, wrap it with your hands. I like to wrap the thread one time around it just to catch that chenille. And then what I do is, people does their gluing a lot different. What I normally do is put me about 3 drops of glue on that thread. As you can see, it'll work right down behind the head, and it'll tie off that thread. You don't have to worry about that thread coming undone. Put about 3 wraps, and there's your gray ghost. That's one of the best jigs for really fishing any color of water. And like I say, that jig's going to end up with the head and all about 2¼ inches long. You can make that a lot shorter. I used to make it like 1.5 inches, but the more I fish them, it seems like for my type of fishing, the longer tails work better. So that's your gray ghost. Hope y'all enjoy it, and hope you learned something from this video. Come back often. I'll be making more tying tapes. Plus, the crappie season is about to get cranked up. I'll be making some videos on the kayak crappie fishing and brim fishing. We'll be fly fishing for them. Okay, hope that helps you.